Yo, what up, YouTube? Um, I was recently asked during an interview with some people from across the seas on like my opinion on same gender relationships. Now, mind you, as we were talking, we came to the agreement that the rainbow community hasn't yet added the P, and we talked about how that's a huge problem because those P people, they're advocates for the community, but they're just not accepted. So then I said, well, for the whole community, to the whole community, how do you expect other people to accept you if you can't accept yourself? So the person was like, more or less, they accept themselves, but they feel some type of way in the inside. So that's their acceptance. So I gave the person an example. I said, all right, listen to this. As I was in Virginia, right? As I was in Richmond, Virginia, attending college, right? I had a little young cousin from the West Coast whose grandfather is a homo. Monique Corallo's father is a homosexual. Deshae Frost and his friend DDG, they came to New York, and they were engaging in same gender intercourse. So now, so is Cenat. They actually came to our part of New York, because none of them were part of our section in New York. They came to our part of New York. We got cute girls, and they didn't really get on with the girls. They got on with dudes. They got on with trans, stuff like that. Now, mind you, they was too young at the time for that. They was too young for intercourse, period. I'm not saying they were just too young to be like attracted to the same gender. They was just young in general. Now, as you know, Monique, she's a young mother. I think Deshae lies about his age to cover up the fact that his mom was like a little young, promiscuous hoe. She has her ways. You see, she's old enough to be Mike Daniels' mother. So it's just like, the problem with the whole situation is maybe people gain some type of misery after you finish, and everybody knows that I go for girls. So the problem with your situation and the problem with you being homogendered is that now that you're engaged on whatever you're engaging in, you're thinking about me. That's a huge problem. I don't think you really understand the magnitude of that. And then they was actually like, they were actually pressed on their actions. Because now that you have this young millionaire, DDG, who had an advance, he's not only giving big amounts of money to the transgenders because the transgenders is telling them, no, you're too young. But they also taking in malice with guns and stuff like that. So it's like forcible rape, like, you know. Excuse my language, it's for educational purposes only. It's a bit scary now because now you get pressed for your actions and you was totally built for it. You know, so you come to the same city where I had my situation with a petty, Max Kellerman. Then you tell people, you tell police my name, that I did such and such to you, that I cut you in the same city that everybody's trying to figure out what happened between me and Max Kellerman. As you go to jail, you meet somebody named Hassan Campbell. And he went through a circumstance, a situation, and he's still beefing with other people right now about the situation. People that were supposed to be getting molested with him. So you're in front of these people, and you're in front of another person that's married to a white man. He was an immigrant. It's Andre Christie, if that's his real name. He was forcibly married to a white man with blue eyes in America, and he's from Jamaica. Andre, that is. So now that you have just slept with a man, and your subconscious is processing on the different effect that you had, people are picking up on it. That's why women like being around, you know, homosexuals. Now you throwing angles and using angles to get leverage and telling people that I did this to you, even though you didn't know that my father was there causing that. But you know, for this to help you, when you were there in jail with in Valhalla, saying my name, and my father was there and he was quiet because he heard my name, and my cousin was there too, a few of them. Deshae knew that was my father. You know? He knew that was my father. The COs knew the name that you were saying was my name. They knew me. One of them gave me my shahada when I was a baby. So Deshae is kind of grimy. Because you want to know why? Cenat? The person looks like Deshae that cut you. I'm just saying. Now you told police that I cut you in Brooklyn and Nautica. Told the police, like, that wasn't Julian Peterson. Mind you, Deshae's there quiet, and all DDG can do is sit there and look stupid. He has no family out there. Get it? You're from the Bronx, guys, and that. Remember, God rest his soul, the person that cut you in your face. You don't really look like me, do you? And my family's huge. His brother, if you know his brother, kind of resembles me. A little bit. Back in the day, everybody knew we passed for family. But his brother and him, the person that cut you, has two different fathers. And that father from the brother was in jail, the CEO, and knew my name and heard you say my name. So now I seen the preview on how you were looking at Deshae when he's there being fake, smiling in your face. Just for a video. Right? My point is, let's just say Deshae in Brooklyn, they do incest. Right? Because you see how disgusting Monique is, right? And she's mad at the world that her father's gay. You know? So let's just say Brooklyn and Deshae performs incest. And you're not like that, Kai. Let's just say that, right? Maybe DDG and TT is. Maybe, I'm just saying, maybe. Or maybe DDG has a better preference, a bigger preference of he has a better preference of sick sadisticness. Probably like before a kid could talk and walk, he'll probably perform a Max Kellerman or whatever. But Kai, honestly and truthfully, listen to what I'm telling you. If you're performing some type of act that I'm not a part of, and you want me to be as miserable as you, that's what's wrong with your community. Your community is dead wrong because now you're taking the fence and the boundaries of the community and you're crossing them. See how cross rhymes with frost? You're crossing the boundaries. You're stepping over. You want me to be a part of something that I have nothing to do with. I don't want nothing to do with it. I done smashed a whole bunch of chicks in my life. Girls pick me, I pick the girls. If you're not getting chosen, right? And then you feel some type of way about me because I got chosen, doesn't that answer the question? If you are on homosexuality time, right? And you're thinking about somebody else, if your cousin did it, or if your brother did it, or if your father did it, or if your uncle did it, that's the problem. Not only does it look like you want to sleep with me, right? But it looks like it's bringing you down. And you want somebody else to be just as miserable as you. Think about it, Kai. Think about who you around. Now, I call for DDG's head. I want to smash him, period. Believe it or not, I want to smash Deshae more than I want to smash DDG. That's just period. I mean, I actually want to rip him up. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, Kai, if you had something to do with something else, I don't know how it's going to play for you, kid. You got a chance to beat DDG and Deshae to something. I'm being dead serious right now. I don't care about the money and nothing like that. I got more power than I have money. And that's what you, all three, need to realize. That I got more power than I have money. I have more respect than I have money. So you people need to understand. Hold on. I'm gonna talk to you as I'm making my breakfast. You people need to understand that you were a kid and you made suggestions or whatever, and it may seem like that people were stabbing me in my back, but you have to realize that we're still alive, bro. And at all the chain of events that happen, with people dying, people getting killed, people getting hurt, conflicts with family, a lot of homelessness, everything that came together because of y'all actions can come back to haunt you. Kai, me personally, in one way I want to hurt you, and another way I want to give you a chance to expose DDG and to expose Deshae for us, because they're not from New York. They were able to come over here and live their gay fantasies out at the expense of any and everyone. I'm just saying. So Kai, I'm giving you the opportunity because something had happened in that same projects that you was at. Something that could come back and come, nip you in the butt, so to say. Even though it cannot be directly your fault, yet and still, people's feelings and emotions and anger will boil and just come back for you. And come to you for something you did so long ago. So I'm going to tag you in this video, cuzzy. And you can make a video. You can reach out to me directly. You're the only person right now. I feel for you, bro. You're the only person right now that can actually fix this situation, because I feel so bad for you. But at the end of the day, the ways it was explained to me, it was explained to me like you knew what you were doing. So by saying my name, right, you already got my attention. Now, back to, this community situation, because you guys are only living a life for a camera. So I don't know if there's a female that's genuinely in love with y'all. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing to pay a woman $1,000, $5,000 to star in the video, especially if you're making 30 racks a month or whatever, however much YouTube pays. So it's nothing for you guys to go get some beautiful models, pay them for the hour, 2-hour video, and that's that. I don't think y'all have true, genuine love. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm reaching out to you, Kai, because you from New York. You're not from the West Coast. Just to give you a history lesson, the people from the West Coast, the Native Americans from the West Coast, they had the yellow skin and the silky hair. That's where the Spanish thing comes from. Why they think they're the true Native American? Because they're the true Native American on the West Coast. I'm the true Native American on the East Coast. So this is my shit, right? So when they come over here being racist or whatever, and then when they bump into me, they know it's all over. Because I'm not Hispanic. I'm not Jamaican or none of that. I'm not what you're mixed with or anything. God, like, this is really my land or whatever, So, as you can see, it works out for the best of people whose essence is really from this land. I'm really from here. Like, I'm like, when Pathagena broke apart and you got Africa and all of that, like, you know what I'm saying? And then they developed boats and they was getting over there and claiming land that was abandoned and stuff like that when everything was apart. When everything was together and part of America. I didn't go nowhere. My people was from here. You see what I'm saying? So you have to listen and pay attention to Apocalypto, how the Mayans, the Samaritans and stuff like that, how the Mayans that was their land, and when they got conquered, it was a prophecy. Apocalypto, you get where this is going? So you guys brought the community stuff over here to me. You associated your life, the way you're living, via Monique, because her father's a homo. You associated that with me by saying my name in a city that I was touched when I was a little kid by a celebrity who wants to be part of the community. I've seen it myself. I've seen him engage outside in intercourse myself. I've seen it. This is why I was targeted. This is why I was marked. Hold on, let me go. Let me open your eyes to something, Kai. So during my time around Max, I had a distant cousin who was a rapper now. His name is Sosa Geek, right? So, as you can see, he knows about my whole situation from back in the day. But I got a big 6-point star tatted on my back, right? So I want to bring y'all to karma, because a 6-point star upside down is a 6-point star, right? Look at his friend Pop Smoke. He had all the beef in the world in New York, but lost his life in California to some hungry wolves. So Kai, if you're in Atlanta right now, right, and you think you maneuvered your way out of harm's way, right? That could just be the next step of you getting smoked, Pop. I'm just saying. And as you can see, nobody from the Woo went and got the get back. So AMP is really not going to hold you down. I can tell you that from jump. You're in this by yourself. It's still unknown to me on how you got my name, being that Deshae is my little cousin. Brooklyn knew that the dude that cut you, his name wasn't Julian Peterson. You know? Oh, by the way, when I found everything out, I went to the police and I went to the FBI and I told them. And they were very familiar with the circumstances. So there's nothing you can do, guys. Like, there's nothing you can do. Now you went from being like cared about to like now you're getting plotted on. You're not just being plotted on by like regular hood gang members and regular people that want to live right, and when they die they want to, and they believe in heaven and hell, they want to go to heaven. But you guys are you're now being focused in and channeled in by the government. So you made foolish decisions when you were a kid, but now you're being followed by the government now, guys. Like I said, you make a lot of money and you do giveaways. So it's like, as soon as I come back to New York from college graduation, I get stabbed in my head, and my name is in paperwork for slashings I didn't do. So now you guys went from being, cared about to now you're getting plotted on. 100%. Whatever I have to do to sink your boats, all three of y'all, whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it. This is fun to me. Like I said, it doesn't take no money. Like, I don't even have a big viewing on my pages, on any other pages like that. I've talked to big name people. That's the difference. It's the difference between talking to a million nobodies or 5 people in power. So, like I said, Brooklyn, it's on record that Brooklyn Frost and Nordica Melvin told the police that, the person that cut you, who's deceased now, his name wasn't Julian Peterson. Brooklyn and Deshae are brother and sister. So I still don't know who, said my name. Maybe it was the person that cut you. Maybe it was Deshae. Maybe it was somebody on the outside that said something. But all I know is I've seen you in person also. And you know Andre Christie. So now that I know that you gave him my name to use my name, now we have an issue, Kai. You have to clear it up before I see you again. Because you caught my father, Uncle Boopy, right in front of me. Didn't know that you were saying his name. I know this is a little scary to you now, right? Our encounters, right? As you can see, y'all, all you little demon bastards plotted on a person that was older than you, but you didn't realize that I'm actually a demon slayer. Like, I get rid of y'all. Like, this is how your chapter plays. It's like a scary movie for you. This is really a scary movie for you guys. Like, this is how it plays out. I literally catch your karma and destroy your whole existence. After America realizes that you've been subconscious in me my whole life via Max Kellerman, right? Because we can read each other's brains. It's called the subconscious. That's why some people can graduate college and certain people can't, because they're not smart enough to, put 2 and 2 together. After you realize now that a whole bunch of countries, if you want to play Mirror Mirror on the Wall, you can listen for Max's name. A whole bunch of countries know my story now. The same Native American that was plotted on by your father and mother. They came here for the white man and forgot that this was my land. So now other countries are familiar because, Max is a celebrity. So you mean to tell me the justice system didn't serve you justice, Julian Peterson? You see? See where this is going? So Kai, I'm going to reach out and I'm going to extend this to you as a grown man that I am. Just a casual conversation. Nothing too much. You understand? I'm going to tag your homeboys. I'm not going to tag Deshae. I'm not going to tag DDG. I'm going to just tag you, Kai. And probably a couple of people from A&P. I'm going to tag you, so we can talk about this situation. Because the person that, cut you is dead, Even though he was an MF, we still love him. So, like I said, if you're connected to the situation, I really can't say anything about that. All I know is that you took a swipe at me, and now you took a swipe at, Deshae's little cousin older cousin that cut you, and now he's deceased. And like I said, me and Deshae, we are related. If you look at Deshae and you know what I'm talking about, you look at the kid that cut you and his older brother, Deshae looks more like them than I look like them. So I'm doing you a favor, Kai. I know you want to not be around Deshae. He's very corny. And, DDG is corny. I already know. So, Kai, and your A&P members, you could do yourself a self-diligent action that could benefit you, by clarifying what you did in front of an audience. Because now when you clarify your situation, Deshae and DDG looks horrible. So as an apology for and from the person that did that to you, I'm going to take it upon myself to try to correct these situations with just you. You understand? Because you honestly didn't deserve that. I know you didn't deserve it. And it's like you're caught in a web right now because bro, like, look at your company. Like, look who you're around. You're caught in something that you can't handle. So, bro, I'm a tag you in this video or whatever if I could, and then we'll see what's up.